Hello, you're watching Theater Tips and Tricks for Ministry. My name is Jocelyn, and this series is all about helping you discover techniques from the performing arts that can help you be more effective in your church or ministry program. Whether you're new to the arts or you've had years of experience on stage and behind the scenes, whatever your budget and whatever your overall mission, we're here to help you step up your artistry and bring the good news of Jesus to life like you've never imagined. Let's go! When you read a story, watch any kind of show, or listen to a sermon, they all have several things in common regarding their design. The creator's objective is to hook the audience and take them on a journey. This means that a sermon should have the same literary elements as a story, so that your audience can make the appropriate connections and follow you. Now, we're going to take you back to English class and look at the structure of a storyline with a little help from our skit friends. First is the exposition. This is how the author exposes us to where and when the story takes place and who's involved. Then we introduce the conflict. This is the good guy, bad guy problem, where somebody's objective conflicts with another's, and this problem drives the whole storyline. Next, we see the rising action. This is all the meat of the story that builds tension and complicates the problem, building everything up till it hits a point of no return. And that point is the climax. This is the story's peak. The conflict gets resolved in some level of victory or defeat, and then there's some wrapping up to give us some closure. With our story here, let's see who wins the cake.
When you're preparing the outline of your message, you might be thinking, well, why do I have to outline it so formally? Can't I just have one main point and then wing the rest of it however God leads me? On the other hand, you might be thinking, if it's outlined so rigidly, won't it be boring and sound fake or rehearsed?
The answers to those questions, to some extent, are both yes and no. Having an outline in front of you saves you from losing your main point if you go on a tangent. You can still be spontaneous and in the moment, and you can adjust your thoughts to meet your audience as you see fit. On the other hand, if you're going to follow your written message as is, you should use your acting skills and your voice to practice sharing your sermon so that it's less like reading and more genuine. Like a story's exposition, let your sermon grab attention right away by asking questions, finding common ground with your audience, and bringing them on board for the journey. The next step is to reveal and unfold the details of the story. Along the way, remember to repeat important phrases that you want your audience to really connect with. All aspects of your message should point the audience towards your main objective, building up to a turning point. One more thing to think about is your voice as you hit the climax of your story. With your inflection, tone, and tempo, you have to change the pace of your message so that the audience understands that you're getting close to the punchline. They should be able to tell where you are in the story based on how you're saying what you're saying. Shouldn't have to guess by what time you started and what time it is now to see how much longer you're going to go. It's like telling a really long joke and then forgetting to emphasize the punchline. It just leaves your audience really confused about the whole thing. I know I've been there. Now, we're going to pick up where we left off in tip number 4 and bring back Pastor Matthew.
Come running like a prodigal.
What a powerful, warm-hearted scene we have just witnessed. You know, it would be great to think that this story ends here with this beautiful welcome home party and the son being reunited with his father. But Jesus keeps going.
Meanwhile, the older son was in the fields working. When he returned home, he heard music and dancing in the house, and he asked what was going on. "Your brother is back," he was told, "and your father has killed the fattened calf. We are celebrating because of his safe return." The older brother was angry and wouldn't go in. His father came out and begged him, but he replied, "All these years I've slaved for you and never once refused to do a single thing you told me to do. And in all that time, you never gave me even one young goat for a feast with my friends. Yet, when this son of yours comes back after squandering your money on prostitutes, you celebrate by killing the fattened calf." His father said to him, "Look, dear son, you have always stayed by me, and everything I have is yours. We had to celebrate this happy day, for your brother was dead and has come back to life. He was lost, but now he is found.
Now, after reading this story, I think you'll see that what this means for your lives is that you shouldn't be bitter about God accepting outsiders, even if you've lived your whole life like a rule-following goody two-shoes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause right there. That was an abrupt transition. You should never just jump right from a passage you read straight to a generalized life application. That's like jumping straight to the climax with no rising action or connection in between. Let's see our pastor try a different transition tactic.
He ends the story right there, with the son left outside. I can imagine the look on the Pharisees' faces and the fury in their eyes. They've caught on that Jesus isn't just talking about the outsiders. Oh no, he's actually more so talking about them.
That's better. Outlining your sermon with the same basic elements of a storyline helps keep you and your audience on the same journey as you continue to build up your message toward your punchline. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for tip number 6 coming your way.